Well, happy Monday to you. It's a fun week. This is the week before Halloween. And I hope you enjoyed that story, Me and My Cat. Reminded me just a little bit of the witches we've been reading where the boys got turned into a mouse. He got turned into his cat, didn't he? So every day this week, as you open up your ELA lesson, it's going to start with a storyline online story that has something to do with Halloween, like there was the witch in today's story. We're going to read about a witch tomorrow, and we're going to read about some monsters the next 2 days, and then the last day I think it's on zombies. So there'll be a story every day you want to listen to as we begin ELA, and I'm pretty sure that every one of these stories are AR books, so you can take an AR test on every story this week. So there'll be 5 stories. So if they're half-point books, I believe they are, then you can earn 2.5 points just by listening to these stories and taking those tests this week. So there'll be one each day, like I said, to start each ELA lesson. So I know you're excited about this coming weekend, Halloween. I am too, and looking forward to learning a lot this week in ELA. As a matter of fact, we are starting a new unit today in ELA, and it's module 3, like unit 3, and it's called Rise to the Occasion. Rise to the occasion. What does that mean? What does it mean to rise to the occasion? Have you ever heard that phrase? Well, it means that when a challenge comes up or you've got to do something that's difficult, that you don't quit, you don't whine about it, you're brave, you're courageous, and you take it head on and you do exactly what you have to do. Have you ever had to do that in your life? Rise to some occasion. Look at this quote down here by Paulo Coelho. When we least expect it, life sets us a challenge to test our courage and willingness to change. Can I tell you about something that I had to do? Well, back in, I guess it was late July or August, Mr. Taylor came to me and said, Mr. Helton, we're going to have a 4th grade teacher be an online teacher this year. Would you do it? And I said, oh my goodness, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of new things that I have to learn. I don't know anything about it. What am I going to do? Well, he's my boss, and I really respect Mr. Taylor. He's always been very, very nice to me. And so I wanted to do what he asked me to do. So I told him I would do it. And so obviously, we had a lot of kinks and a lot of things there the first maybe couple of weeks where things didn't work right. But eventually I had to rise to the occasion. And you did too, because you're trying something new in this virtual learning. We're both learning together. We've been learning together. I think we've about got it now, don't you? We've got new things we can still learn, but everything seems to be going pretty smoothly. So life gave us a challenge to test our courage and willingness to change. We had to rise to the occasion this year because of the coronavirus. And I'm proud of you. You're rising to the occasion. You're doing a great job. And I appreciate you being in my online class. So what does it take to meet a challenge? Let's take a look at a little video. And I think you'll enjoy this video. And then we'll get back to the lesson.
What does it take to face a big challenge? The great composer Ludwig van Beethoven gradually lost his hearing. Many musicians would be devastated, but through dedication to his craft, Beethoven wrote some of his finest music that he couldn't even hear. In fact, at the premiere of his Ninth Symphony, a musician had to turn him around to see the audience cheering and applauding. Born into slavery, Frederick Douglass had to secretly teach himself to read and write, yet he grew up to become one of America's most gifted writers and speakers. Knowing that people respond best when they're laughing, he carefully used humor to confront slavery and to promote voting rights for everyone. Runner Kayla Montgomery lives with multiple sclerosis, a disease that blocks the nerve signals to her brain. So, when she gets overheated, she can't feel her legs. But because she loves to run and compete, she figured out how to control her pace by focusing on the movement of her arms. When she crosses the finish line, she collapses into the arms of her coach. Her endurance and dauntless spirit led her to become one of the fastest high school runners in the U.S. When we face challenges in life, we have a chance to find out what we're made of. Since I'm blind, I can't read the words I'm speaking to you right now. but I love doing voiceover work. So I learned how to listen to text on headphones and then deliver it to you just a moment later. And that's become my entire career. What have you learned about yourself when you faced a challenge?
Wow, that'll get you pumped up on it. 4 examples of people who had to rise to the occasion. It started with Beethoven. You've heard of Beethoven and his music, classical music. He was, or Mozart, Mozart, and he was deaf. He couldn't hear, and so can you imagine composing beautiful music and not being able to hear? And then we talked about Frederick. He talked about Frederick Douglass in the video, who was a slave and then became a great speaker. We'll learn about Frederick Douglass this year. And then that runner who had multiple sclerosis but competed at a high level. And then the guy talking in the video, he said he was blind. So, it's amazing what we can do. We can rise to the challenge. What does it take to meet a challenge? Well, let's talk about some words that help us understand what it means to meet a challenge. The first word is confront. Confront. When you confront a problem, you deal with that problem. It takes courage to confront a difficult situation. Sometimes we just want to hide from it. Something hard, maybe a hard math assignment, you just say, I'm just not going to do it because it's too hard. Well, that's not confronting it. Confronting it is getting in there and working hard and figuring it out. Confront the problem, you deal with the problem. Dauntless. Someone who is dauntless has no fears. The dauntless firefighter ran into the burning house to save the family. Yeah, firefighters, boy, first responders like policemen and firefighters and rescue workers, they have to be dauntless. They have to have no fears. They're probably scared, but they face their fears and they do what they have to do anyway. The first responders, we sure appreciate them and their dauntless attitude. Endurance. If you have endurance, you can do something for a long time. Running marathons requires endurance and strength. Have any of you ever run the cross country at field day here at school? That takes some endurance, doesn't it? You have to go a long way, almost a mile, and you have to run and run and run and without quitting, without getting tired. If you have endurance, you have to do something for a long time. And dedication. If someone has dedication for something, that person shows a commitment to it. Maria spends every weekend cleaning up the park, showing her dedication to her community. So 4 big idea words about rising to the occasion. Confront your problems. Don't run away from them. Be dauntless. Be fearless. Don't quit. Don't be too scared to do something. Endurance, even if it's hard, even when things get really hard, you say, I am not quitting. I'm going to do my best. And dedication, I'm going to keep on doing it. I'm not going to think that it's nothing. I'm not going to think my schoolwork is nothing. I'm not going to think that whatever challenge I'm facing is nothing. I'm going to be dedicated to meeting that challenge. All right. So here's a little knowledge map in your book. I meant to tell you to turn to page 164 in your reading book, and I forgot to. So if you would open up to 164, maybe turn the page, you'll see this little word map here. A knowledge map, as it's called. And you can draw on it if you want to. Let's talk about some words that are surrounding this word web, rising to the occasion. There's hard work. There's bravery. There's persistence. We just looked at some more vocabulary words. What is bravery? It's kind of like dauntless, isn't it? It's kind of like I'm not scared. I might be scared, but I'm going to be brave. I'm going to do it anyway. Persistence. That's kind of like that endurance. It means I'm not quitting. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep on keeping on. Hard work. Hard work, you know what that is. It means just keeping on working hard, not quitting. All of these words help us rise to the occasion. The opposite of hard work would be lazy, wouldn't it? The opposite or antonym of bravery would be fear. Opposite of antonym of persistence would be quitting. So we don't want to do the opposite. We want to do these things. We want to rise to the occasion. Okay, let's take a look before we read a little story today at this little anchor chart here. And it's called Identify Claim. We're going to be reading in just a minute an argumentative text. So last week when we read The Game of Silence, that was historical fiction. This story we're about to read today is an argumentative text. What word do you see in argumentative? An argument. Okay, what's the base word there of argument? Argue. So an argumentative text is trying to maybe prove that they are right in an argument, prove that what they are saying is correct. So when you read an argumentative text, look for the claim, identify the claim. In other words, what are they saying that's right? What are they saying that they believe is right? The claim is the position that the author takes on a subject. The claim is the author's opinion. The claim is a statement the author tries to prove. The claim will come at the beginning of the text. The claim will solve a problem or answer a question, and the author will include facts and evidence to prove the claim. So as we think about that, here we've been watching, I know as you and your parents have probably been listening to lots of things about the upcoming election between President Trump and his former Vice President Joe Biden, as they're both running to be the president. They're making lots of claims. If I'm president, I'll do this and that. If I'm president, I'll do this and that because he can't do it and I'll do it better than him. So they're making lots of claims. And so I know your parents have talked about the debates. You might have watched the debates with your parents. So in the debates, they make a claim and they tell their opinion. They try to prove it. They're going to tell it at the beginning and tell how they're going to solve the problem or answer a question. And they're going to use hopefully some facts to prove their claim. So here's some examples at the bottom before we read our story today. Excuse me, here's a claim. The claim is the best way to keep your cat from destroying furniture with her claws is to have a scratch post. You have an indoor cat, they like to scratch the furniture, don't they? So this author that wrote this paragraph says, get a scratch post. The evidence, after we bought a scratch post, Fluffy sharpened her claws on it instead of the couch. So there's the claim and there's the evidence. How about this down here? Cats have the most interesting eyes of all the animals. There's the claim. I'm trying to prove it with some evidence. Cats' pupils are vertical slits instead of circles like most animals' pupils. So here's claims, examples that they're opinions, aren't they? They're not, maybe not a fact. They're somebody's opinion, like it says up here. And then they try to give evidence to prove that their opinion is true. Okay, well, think about the claims that are in this story we're going to read now. And it's called Never Give Up. I'm going to shrink myself a little bit here so we can see everything. All right, never give up. So there's some claims on this page. Let's see what they are. From taking a test to climbing a mountain, life is all about facing challenges. At times, these challenges can seem overwhelming. You may want to back down or run as fast as you can in the other direction. Here's why you shouldn't. So here's some claims. Let's see why they say we shouldn't back down. This first part is called persistence pays off. When you work to meet a challenge, you get stronger, smarter, and braver. You have to because challenges require hard work and endurance. There's one of the vocabulary words we looked at. It means not quitting, keeping on. They make you push yourself beyond what comes easily to you. You learn practice and build the skills you need to get the job done. Doing all this doesn't just help you meet a particular challenge. It makes you more prepared for the next one, and it builds the kind of confidence that lets you say, I've got this. Speaking of being prepared for a challenge, be sure to do your research, get tips from others who've succeeded at the same task, find out what they did to get ready, and learn what obstacles they faced on the way to success. This knowledge will give you a head start and increase your odds of succeeding. So persistence, don't quit, keep working. You know, we talked about how we've had to learn something new this year with virtual learning. You could have just quit. You could have said, no, it's too hard. I'm going back to school, but you didn't. You kept persisting. You kept trying, and you've got better and better at it. You've met the challenge, and now you're saying, I've got this, because most of you are staying virtual for the next 9 weeks. And, sometimes we have to talk to others and say, I'm having a hard time figuring out how to turn this in or do that. So sometimes we get help from others who are doing the same, or facing the same task we're facing, the same problem we're facing. And that knowledge gives you a head start and increases your odds of succeeding. So persistence pays off is the claim there. I agree with that, don't you? Giving up is a bad habit. There's another important reason to confront challenges. Backing down can become a habit, not the good kind, like flossing. I don't think that means the dancing, by the way. That means flossing your teeth. Flossing or making your bed. Those are good kind of habits. But the bad kind, like biting your nails. It's tempting to think giving up just this once is no big deal. But when you do, it's easier to give up the next time. Instead of giving up, be dauntless. That means fearless, no fears. Tell yourself you won't quit no matter what. Tell yourself the task is worth doing. Tell yourself you can do it with focus and dedication. Think about how good you'll feel if you achieve your goal and picture that success in your mind. So don't give up. Confront your challenge. It says if you do give up, it'll be easier to give up the next time. We don't want to be that kind of person. We want to be the kind of students, the kind of teachers, the kind of people that don't give up. We meet our challenges. We confront our challenges without fear, and we keep working through them with dedication. And the last section here is challenge yourself to grow. It's important to keep something else in mind too. Success won't always be the outcome. Sometimes we try our best and still fail to achieve a goal. Believe it or not, that's another reason to persist when you face challenges. Failure helps you learn and grow and get stronger, maybe even more than success does. When you fail at a challenge, what matters is trying again. Keep in mind that others value your efforts no matter what the outcome, and you should too. Working hard and not giving up teaches you courage. The more courage you have, the more you believe in yourself, and that leads to success. So whatever you do, keep on going. Rise to the challenge. There's no stopping you. Boy, I really like this page. It's really encouraging, isn't it? Do you like it? I like these encouraging little parts we read here about never giving up, about rising to meet the occasion. They really encourage me, and I can see things that happen in your life and in my life, those experiences like we talked about in that first unit that make us who we are, that those experiences, they teach us persistence. They teach us dedication. They teach us courage. And I hope you can think about and relate that. We talked about connecting text to self before. I hope you can connect this text today to yourself and things that you faced in your life. I bet you can. All right. Let's go and take now a look at our phonics for the week, our vowel sounds that we're going to look at in spelling and decoding. So we're looking at 2 sounds this week. We're looking at the that looks like an upside down sad face, doesn't it? That's the sound, like book. And the oo. We had some oo last week. We had the oo, the u, and the So we're looking at oo again this week. So and oo. And see, the curved line represents the and the straight line represents the oo. So let's try to decide which sound that these words are making. Is it a or is it a oo? The first line here, we've got oop. I hear this oo, don't you? The oo sound made by those 2 O's. Oop. Book. That's the sound. Book. Through. It's the oo sound, but it's spelled with an O-U-G-H. Ooh, through. Good. I hear the sound, spelled with 2 O's again. School. I hear the oo, spelled with 2 O's again. School. Looked. I hear the sound. Sooty, with 2 O's. Sooty. Bloom. Ooh, 2 O's. Soon, the oo sound, two O's again. Grew, the oo sound, but EW, spelled differently. So look at through, OUGH, to make the oo sound, and grew, EW, to make the oo sound. I'm going to go back to school. I think I said that wrong. I said ooh, didn't I? School. But we don't say school. We say school. Ooh, ooh. Sorry about that. I think I said that wrong a minute ago. School. Okay. Moon. Ooh, two O's. Broom. Ooh, two O's. Wool. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The two O's again to make the sound. Cook. Two O's to make the sound. Igloo, ooh, makes two O's to make the oo sound. Woods, two O to make the sound. Tunic, you've got a U making the oo sound this time. Truth is the same way. We've got that U making the oo sound. Crooked, two O's making the sound. Flew, EW making the oo sound like in grew. Cool, cool. I don't know how you say that. Cool. I say cool. Some people say cool. I think it's like brook, book, cool. I don't know. Ooh, cool. I guess it's ooh, cool. I think some people say it differently, don't they? Hood. That one's Mood. Ooh, mood, cool. I think that's OO, making the oo sound. That's odd. Sometimes we say words differently, don't we? I have to look that one up and figure out which is right later. Mood, ooh. Shook. OO, making the sound. Q. Q. That's more like the way we say it sounds like a YOO, but it's a coupon, I guess is the correct way to say it. Coupon. I always said coupon, but it's just coupon, two O's, and it's spelled with an OU. Okay, let's find the or oo words in these sentences. My mom booked the shelter at the park for a cook out at noon. Ooh. So we've got two U's and an oo in this one. I look forward to jumping into a cool pool. Ooh, cool pool on a hot day. So we've got one and two oo's in that sentence. These are the kind of patterns you're going to see in your spelling this week. So let's take a look at your spelling words. And you'll see the vowel patterns we just looked at with the and the oo sound. Now, please get out a sheet of paper, pause the video, and write down these spelling words so you can spell them with your parents this week and practice them. You'll have a practice, go to sneeze, excuse me, a practice assignment on Tuesday and Thursday where you can practice choosing the word that's spelled correctly. But let's write them down and so you can practice them with your parents too. So here's our words. Bloom makes that oo sound. Cookbook, it has two sounds in it, doesn't it? Tool, oo. Shampoo, oo. Put, wool, Stool, oo. It's the oo sound. Proof, ooh. Prove, ooh. Group, ooh. Brook, Foolish, ooh. Bush is the sound. Crooked is the sound. Booth, ooh. Raccoon makes the oo sound. Notice raccoon. What do you see right here? It's got double C's, double O's. Double C, double O in raccoon, so don't miss that. Don't want to put one C or one O. Could have two C's and two O's in raccoon. Hook, Groom, ooh. Roof, Soup, ooh. And remember, sometimes that ooh sound is spelled with an O-U. Or what's another one? We've got, I think most of the other ones, there's an O consonant vowel, O consonant E pattern. So soup is O-U. Cartoon, ooh. Choose, ooh. Childhood, and bookstore, So here's your spelling words for this week. Okay. Now on the next slide, you're going to see, we're going to work on verbs again this week. So last week we looked at action verbs and helping verbs and linking verbs. This week it looks like we're going to be looking at verb tenses. So verb tenses is past, present, and future is what tense means. So let's take the verb. Let's take the verb ran. Okay. Today I ran a mile. I will run a mile tomorrow. That's future, right? Future tense tomorrow is tomorrow. Tomorrow I will run. A lot of times with the word, in the future tense, you'll see the word will with the verb to show that it's future tense, to show it's going to happen later. Will run. Today I run. Yesterday I ran. Yesterday's past tense. It's in the past, right? So past is yesterday, present is today, future is tomorrow. And so watch the video on verb tenses. Then you'll have a little activity to complete. And that's the only thing you'll need to turn in to me today. I'm looking forward to going through this unit with you. See you later.